So how do we do this?
Long time no see.
What's up, snitches? Welcome back to another episode of We Want Gossip with Meredith and Steph. We are finally back. It's been a minute. We've had a little summer hiatus. You know, we all have to take a break here and there. But we have had some good vlogs, and we'll discuss.
So for Gossip of the Week, we're going to quickly touch on the Kardashians. We, of course, have to debrief The Bachelor. And then Miranda Lambert's been being a little rude.
And we got a couple other random things to throw in.
Yeah.
And definitely some catch up from what Meredith and I have been up to since our last
Storytime.
Our last full episode. It's been a minute, so buckle up.
Let's get into it.
I'm a little bit stiff.
No, yeah, absolutely. Let's amp it up.
Pump it up.
Louder.
Sorry, I know.
I was like waiting for that.
Sorry, she always thinks she leads this.
Pump it.
Louder.
There it is. Pump it.
Louder.
Can I get a cheers?
Cheers to you.
Oh.
Cheers
Amen.
to you.
Cheers to you as well.
We cracked open a drink, and let's just catch everybody up.
Absolutely. Where do we even begin?
Well, first of all, let's talk about what Meredith has on her arm.
Elephant in the room.
Elephant in the room. I've seen that number before, and it's something called a boa.
For anybody that has broken their arm, this is like, or any sort of break. It's so funny because Brett's cousin, she just broke her arm, and I saw her mom. No, she didn't get a boa.
She got the full cast. What color?
Pink and purple. But anyways, this cast is like the best invention ever. It like literally is like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like hard, like a plaster cast, but you can take it on and off. It's got like this weird like technology where it's like, listen. You hear that? You hear that crank? Ooh.
ASMR.
Ayo. And so, yeah, it's a breeze and a half.
Yeah,
honestly.
Like, you can actually take it off. You can shower. You can wash it. Like, after, like, it starts healing a little bit more. But, like, definitely a versatile cast. And we were just glad that Meredith was able to get that. And let's just take it back to how'd you get the cast?
Absolutely. Start from the tippity top.
Actually, I'd like to start.
Okay. Actually, let me start.
I was not a part of the accident. But all of a sudden, Meredith was going to head to TJ Maxx with Allie.
For Steph's engagement party.
Yep, they were just going shopping real quick. Just a couple girls running errands.
My
needless
bad.
to say. And all of a sudden I get a FaceTime from Meredith. I open it up. I say hello. She is in the back of an ambulance on a gurney.
Tell me.
I'm sick of getting these phone calls. I'm sick of the heart attack. I go, and she's smiling like she's done something, you know, like as if like you're mischievous. And I'm like, and we should throw in. I think we throw in the screenshot. Yeah. I screenshotted what she looked like on FaceTime. She's smiling ear to ear. Allie and her got into a fender bender. You'll explain it. But the fact that Meredith is with the EMT lady, was she a firefighter or EMT?
She was an EMT.
EMT, okay. But she's putting the FaceTime of me right into the EMT lady's face. And she's like, this is the bride. The lady's like, so you're the bride. Meredith could not stop saying, I'm going to have a cast for the wedding.
Yes.
And I go, well, they are not going to have a cast for the
Absolutely.
wedding. It's not for another year.
And when Steph says fender bender, she means head-on collision.
I might have underestimated. Yeah, no, they got into a full totaled accident. Trying to make light of it.
You go, little fender bender.
If we don't laugh about it, we'll cry about it.
Absolutely, no problem.
And that's definitely what Meredith was giving in the ambulance. If she wasn't laughing and making some jokes, it probably would have gone the other way. But she was making everybody laugh in the ambulance ride. Like, I'm not this.
I had a full peanut gallery of like an audience.
The screenshots I have of her so funny, and she's like so worried about the bride, and everybody's like, "Who's this bride?"
Yes.
But explain like what happened.
So basically, we were going 45 miles an hour, which I've been seeing those crash tests on TikToks where it's basically like they take like a bunch of different trucks or cars, and then they were doing it as a head-on collision at 30 miles an hour. 30. Mm-hmm. I'm watching Silverados crumple up. Like literally full on totaled at 35 or 30 miles an hour. We were going 45 miles an hour full on head-on collision. We were coming over a hill, and it's like, she saw us. When I say over a hill, I mean like a little bit back, but we were coasting down.
No, and you're cruising on that.
Yeah, because it's already a 40, and when you're naturally coming on the downhill slope, it's like you're picking up speed.
Winding roads up and down. Like, when you're going the speed limit, 40 miles an hour, it feels like you are hauling ass through that area.
It does feel like a 25, but it is a 40.
There's like plazas around, like a lot going on.
However, when I say it's like where we were, there was like no reason that this accident should have happened, because the woman was basically stopped turning left, and we were coming through the green light, And she's like creeping up, and I see her coming, but I'm like thinking she's just waiting for us to go through and then she'll gonna turn left. At the absolute last nanosecond, she turns out right in front of us where we full head-on collision. I mean, it was the craziest
right out
accident.
at the last second and then just stops.
It was so bizarre. Like, it was so weird. I mean, like, I feel like if it was...
Airbags deployed.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean... feet airbags coming from the side,
the car is smoking. Mare's jumping out. Her wrist, wrist arm broken. She's jumping out, and Allie's obviously like, what's going on? Allie's got seatbelt burns. You know, like the bruises everywhere from the airbags. Like everybody, and the lady never once.
No,
they're right by the fire trucks and stuff, or like where the EMTs are. But
like the best place to get in an accident, the police station's like right here, and the fire station's right here.
Yeah,
so it's like it was super easy.
Through everything, the lady that caused the accident never once. She's out of her car. Never once came over to check on them. Everybody's on the side of the roads. You see that she's getting pulled into an ambulance.
Yes.
Allie's getting like talked to over here. You have not one part of you to walk over to the, like, you're a part of whoever caused it. Doesn't matter. It's like, for me, in a situation when you get it, like, we're all in this together. We all got in an accident together. We're all facing like the issues with it. Would you not be like, is everybody okay? Or like, are you okay? I'm sorry.
Right. And also it's like, I get it. Like, she was blatantly in the wrong, so it's like it's probably hard to like, go over, but also it's like we're like young girls, I'm just like, it's not like we're like scary men where I'm like, okay,
and you did it. There's nothing. We all gotta face you gotta face the consequences, but like at the end of the day, who cares about what's to come? It's like, are you guys okay? So
it's literally crisis mode. I got out of the car so fast. I'm holding up traffic. I'm getting Allie out of her car, pulling her ass out. And then from there, I've got 911 on the phone. I'm calling Allie. I'm calling Allie's boyfriend. I am like on it. And then, I knew my arm was broken. That thing was huge. And then the firefighter walks up and he goes, oh, yeah, that's broken. So I go into the ambulance and then they're like trying to give me a splint on it and all this stuff. And then I was like refusing the ambulance because like literally where we got in the accident, like I said, perfect place, like right up the road to the hospital. I can just go and get this wrapped. Well, then I fainted in the ambulance. So then I wake up on the gurney, and that's when, I mean, it hurt so bad. So then that's when you called, and they had
you called me.
Sorry, I called her.
I go, now is the time to FaceTime Stephanie Ann.
Absolutely. Well, it was right after she gave me fentanyl, and I was like feeling pretty good after that, which I thought she was kidding. Like, have you seen?
It's a trigger word. I've seen those other videos.
The TikTok where the guy's like
the medical.
It's like, the medical fentanyl, but I go, hearing it is just like a whoa.
And
to
when
your
you're
ear.
like doozied up,
like, straight up, where I go,
like,
I thought she was joking. And then as they are taking me into the emergency room, they're like, I gave her 0.3 milligrams of or whatever of fentanyl. And I go, oh, you weren't joking.
So,
yeah. Yeah, I'll insert the photos because I was definitely feeling really loopy.
Oh my gosh. And like, she kept calling the EMT lady like a girl boss because she's like bossing around all the firemen and stuff.
She literally was, though.
And she's like, you hear that? I'm a girl boss. Up to the EMT's driving. Like, so
she
cute.
was a girl boss.
No,
like
literally.
I said. Brett was like, you are putting on a full comedy show for all the doctors and the nurses and stuff.
Yeah. Brett beat the EMTs to the hospital.
Yeah, no, he was on that shit. He was fast.
I was dripping set, pacing around my apartment. Do I leave? Do I not? I go, let me hear from Brett first. I see he's at the place. Like, let's just, like, we don't need everybody there. Dripping fucking sweat. Brett's like, can you stop FaceTiming me, Stephanie? Like, I'm in the room.
That was me. I go, rack it up. Next person. Next one.
Well, then Mary goes, I had to come clean to the staff eventually that the wedding is not for another year. It's just the engagement party.
No, yeah, because I was saying the wedding.
Because everybody kept following up to like have something to talk about, like, so tell me more about this wedding. She's like, I have to come clean.
Absolutely.
It's not for another year.
I had a lot of people in my room. I had like 1 billion people, and they were all like also like young. It was like a teaching hospital, so I'm like, I'm rocking with my people. I'm rocking with my girls, my guys. And also it was very bizarre. Like, there was an Adam in my room, like her fiance, and then Allie was like my other nurse, and then I am so parched, and they basically don't know if I have to have surgery, so no one's giving me water, and I'm like literally dying, and I'm like, Brett, go see if they can get me water. And so everyone on the floor knows I'm not supposed to have water. Everyone knows because I've asked 100 times.
Trying to get past that.
I've asked 100 times, and they've all told me no, and I said, Brett, please go find a rando nurse that is gonna give me water. And like I said, they all know.
Who isn't a policy follower?
Absolutely. And some girl brings it in, and she's like, I didn't give this to you. And she's handing me the water cup, which I go, thank you. I'm so thirsty.
Yeah.
And like, once again, I'm talking to everybody as if I know them. I'm using their first names. And then I go, I'm looking at her tag. Her name is Meredith, spelled exactly like me. And I go, oh my God. I'm like, my name is Meredith. And she's like, shut up. And then she goes, well, you gave this to yourself. And I go, absolutely, I did. So yeah, we're good. I didn't end up having to have surgery.
Yeah, thank God.
But yeah, did break this little numbie in 3 places.
Like the ball on your wrist, like that little number.
sliced off.
Yeah, it's like disassociated from her like bones. So I'm confused what that means. But apparently it's just supposed to fuse on back together.
That's what I was saying, where I go, it's just floating around in me. That sounds gross.
Yeah.
But didn't really love this for the engagement shoot. That's all I have to say. And this definitely doesn't match my like pink dress that I was wearing.
But when I say Meredith and Stephanie McCarthy threw I mean, petals and Prosecco themed like bridal shower engagement party type thing at Stephanie's place. 10 out of 10, my dear. I keep giving credit where it's due, but
she really is, right?
But it's like nobody else could take credit. It's like Stephanie let us host, like Adam's parents hosted the whole thing.
And she took, like, the food she made.
Yeah, the food. I mean, whole 9 yards. And she literally, there was like 15 of us kids all sleeping there. Like, geez. Yeah. And yeah, Meredith put together the whole thing, all the decor, so cute.
Because we were just like, I mean, we're just not like bridal shower people. Like, people, I mean, no hate against bridal showers. Everybody that does them, go for it. Let's have like a party, you know? We're trying to celebrate.
I don't really, we weren't really in the mood for like the vibe of like the ladies' luncheon, sober with all the aunts and everybody. Like, you know, just like tons of people. It's like, let's just have a couple, like a cute party that's like cute decor, but like, let's just drink and celebrate and have some fun. Like, we don't need to make it
where it's like a sterile, like a plated lunch,
sterile thing.
Absolutely. It was more like hors d'oeuvres passed, you know.
And can we bring up the build your own bouquet?
Oh, sure.
What's funny about that is, cute idea, whatever, you guys want to do that, adorable. But when I first found out that this was a thing, Meredith goes, "Do you hear about that?" And I'm like, so they're making bouquets at the bridal shower and for the bride, like they're all making the bouquets and giving it to the bride, giving it back to the bride. And Mary goes, "No, you make your own bouquet and you
take it home. It's like a favor.
It's a favor." I go, "I'm just confused why you're not giving it back to the bride. Why we're not all building bouquets on scene to hand back to me." So I go, "I guess we're scratching it. We're not doing that."
Absolutely. Because I saw that idea and she's like, "So we're," and also I'm like,
a flaw in that.
I go, "I'm just gonna by the time that I'm supposed to take those home, they're wilted, they're dead, they're wrapped up." I go, "I just toss them in the trash."
No, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah, right. No, not for you. For everybody else. Yep. Take home as a present.
But if you want to see the work that Meredith did on that party,
and the night that we had.
The night that we fucking had.
Absolutely.
The vlog is online, and we did find my wedding dress. So I threw a couple of the no's that we didn't end up liking. They were fine. They're cute.
Which, let's just talk about getting the wedding dress.
Dude. I mean, when you guys, they say when you know, and that's what I'm saying. When some people are like, "I didn't really have that moment," then it wasn't the dress. I'm like, I hate to say it, you don't have to be crying, but I'm like, was it a hell yes? Because our stylist that we had there, Sydney
Angel,
God bless, because like when we kind of went into it, we went another time, Meredith and I and her mom, and we were like we thought we kind of had something in our minds of like what style, and we liked every style, but there were like things.
And at that place they didn't have like the one type of style that we were really wanting to see on her.
Yeah. And
because it's kind of like a newer style, so we were like, they just didn't have it, but we knew based off of like we tried on how many dresses, 10.
Probably, at least
10. And it's like, so from there, we were really able to like narrow it down, which also, side note, I have now realized the entire time I was at the bridal shower place, and just now, I say we.
Me too. I've been saying we. Yeah,
we tried on the dress.
I've also been saying we. And we were like, let's not put any pressure on, because otherwise it's like, then we're going to be thinking about it too hard of like, is this the dress? Like, whatever. Like,
and I feel like we were really going into it. Like, we, obviously, Tess was in town. Her mom was in town.
Yep. Adam's mom came. It was great. Allie was there.
But we were really not thinking you were getting the dress. Like, there was not a single thought in my mind thinking you were getting it.
No way. Because we're like, one, we're still early enough. Like, and it turns out we're right on the dot. But I'm like, okay, shit. But, but also we're like, let's not put that pressure on us, because I don't want to feel like I'm forced into something that I don't actually really love.
Right.
But like the indecisiveness going into it a little bit of like, well, after trying dresses on at the other place, there's so many styles I like. And our girl Sydney, the one line she had, she was like, if it is not a hell yes, then it's a no. It's a hell no. She's like, you can think it shouldn't be just cute. It shouldn't just be adorable, or you like it. It's like,
or it's pretty.
Is it a hell yes? Like, all of them looked great. I'm like, they're so pretty. But she's like, is it a hell yes? And I'm like, it's not a hell yes. Like, for sure. Until
the moment.
When I walked out, you guys, we can't even exaggerate this enough or even like put it into words. The reaction that Mare, Tess, Allie, everybody had when I walked out in the dress. The gas. They were leaned over, all of that. I wish we would have gotten a video.
I know.
Hands over mouth. I'm just walking out of like the dressing room. Like, it's not even like we've done the full full show of it yet, you know.
And this is the exact style that they didn't have at the other place.
And that
like,
we were
where it's like,
we just kept coming back to when we were looking at online.
It was like, and we made mood boards for her wedding, like of what we want the photos to look like the decor, the dress, the makeup, everything you can imagine. And it was like we took all of the dresses and melded them into one, like dead ass. I mean,
and our stylist Sydney was like, I have never seen a reaction from a group watching the bride, and like since I've been doing this, and I've never seen that reaction before.
It was next level, and then it only kept getting better. Like, we can't divulge too much.
Yeah.
But it's like she was like fluffing the dress up, and she was walking in it, and then we added the veil, and it's got like all these little things you can customize to it. I mean, it was like, when we were seeing it and she was walking in it, and when like we went into the natural light, I was like, signed, sealed, delivered.
There was no question. Everybody was like over the moon, like for sure. And then it was like, what even a better, like, because then I'm like, we tried on, there was just no question, but there was a couple more dresses we had to try on.
Oh yeah.
We tried them on. The difference of like before I tried on the dress, the ones we tried on prior to the one we got, we were like, oh, like, you know, we're like, great, beautiful or cute,
love these.
We put on the ones we tried on afterwards. I mean, if I would have tried,
she couldn't even crack a smile.
I was like, next. Okay, I don't even like get that off. Like, it's cute. She's like, it should not be cute. Change. Or so I was like, it should not be cute or adorable. Change.
Absolutely.
and then we were like, put the other one back on. There's no question. Like,
oh my god.
And then we're like, what a better time too for like all my gals to be around. Like for the time, what's another?
Absolutely.
You know, I feel like it wouldn't have felt right to like even pull Treg. If I waited, like, even if I walked out of that store without pulling Treg on that, I would have felt like a part of me was missing. Like,
oh my, it was just like so the one.
Yeah, where I'm like, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And I'm like, wait, and she's got that tattooed on her wrist.
Yeah.
Of just like,
hell
for
yes,
everything
right
in life.
here.
If it's not a hell yes, it's a no. Like,
and I mean,
so that's
genuinely,
all we needed to hear.
I mean, I wish we could show the videos.
I wish I could just put her in my pocket, take her to my wedding.
Absolutely. I mean, it was literally everything we could have expected and more.
I know. I can't wait for the big reveal. So
it was so funny though, because like when we first were like meeting Sydney and we were like sitting down.
Yes.
So she's asking Steph like, what kind of styles are you wanting? Well, she doesn't know me and her have been literally backwards to front to back, every single style you could imagine. We've talked about this for hours in detail.
Oh.
So it's like she's trying to riff.
Every question she's
trying
asking
to ask.
I'm looking at Mirror, like across the room, like we're bouncing off.
Right.
You're my soundboard. Like,
and it's
hello.
like also it's like, you know, we have been on the same page. I'm caught up to speed.
And also, I don't want all the pressure on me looking at me. It's like, and she's not understanding the group we brought.
Absolutely.
Which we'll get into, but like, and so I keep looking at Mare, like referencing to Mare, like my soundboard, hello.
Yeah.
And she's just like, you keep looking at her.
Yeah.
Are you making the decisions or is she making the decisions? I go, no. Like, thinking like that. I'm not going to make a decision for myself here. And it's going to be like the bridal parties, like, you know, giving too many opinions, like say yes to the rest.
Absolutely. That's where I go, am I supposed to leave?
Yeah, and I go, no. I need to defend her for a second. I go, like, we were both in trouble. We were in trouble.
No, we were. Where it was like, okay, we need to hear from the bride.
It's like, she was with me when we tried on the other ones. We've talked about it nonstop. She knows my mood boards.
We have
like,
the mood board.
She's my vault of information here.
Absolutely.
It's like, okay, I got not a lot going on up here when this is happening.
It's like a lot's happening.
There's already too much pressure. And then she goes around to the group and says, I want every one of you to say something special about Stephanie.
And like what you envision for
her wedding and like her love. Like,
okay, well Tess and Allie can't even give a speech.
I wanted to leave the room. I go, we are not this kind of group. We do not need to be doing that. Poor Mara had to say a couple things.
Absolutely.
Like, everybody's like,
and also I'm like, we're like the friend group that doesn't hug. You know, we're not a lovey-dovey friend group.
No,
you know,
we're not like the surface level where it's like, I need everybody around here. I know how you guys all feel about me. I feel like say I want to punch you all in the teeth. Like,
it's like we're not like the gushy, lovey.
And this isn't like my bridal party where it's like you guys are random work friends that are like we're not close. It's like we're close. I know the ins and outs of you.
Absolutely. Like we got history here.
We're good. This is, and also like of where she's nervous. People are giving their opinions too much, or like where she's looking at me and Meredith. Like, and I go, you don't understand this group. I'm like, I brought them here to give opinions because they'll give me the right opinions. You know, it's like this isn't just surface level people come around that we're not all like super close. We're close. I can hear what they have to say.
No, and then like later on, Allie was like, I was dripping sweat the second she asked me test too. Where even the pressure, I mean, it was immediately. I even felt the pressure.
Yes.
But I mean, what I did say was, I envision the gates of heaven opening and her striding on through. And if that's not what we literally got, I don't know.
Is this not when she came out in her dress? The gates of heaven opening up. And I mean, could I have said it any better?
That's literally
like, we're not exaggerating when we say this.
No. And when I said I expect the most for this one right here. I mean it. And we got the most.
100%.
So what a 10 out of 10 experience.
Honestly, for real. Then we went and got margaritas afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
And then we went to the pool. Then the next day was the party. Unreal.
Absolutely.
Truly. What a weekend.
I know.
I'd get engaged every year if I could.
Absolutely.
On deck.
Absolutely. Okay, Brett, here.
Yeah. Want to jump into Bachelor real quick?
Yes, let's get into Bachelor, which we are a little bit late, but then we've had people out. We were trying to start back at charity season, but then it just like the accident and then the weekend, and then we just had Brett's brother and his wife out here, so it's been crazy.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
So we will give our thoughts on Charity. Let's start off with her.
Meredith's been liking this season so far.
I have. Oh,
I haven't until this episode because I fully paid attention.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I feel like I've been like doing other things while watching it. So like, and also until there's like the group of people where I can remember their names and it's not just the filler people, I like can't focus on it because so much changes. Yes. And I'm like, I don't really care about the first couple episodes. Now that we're kind of getting down to it and there's some like character development, I'm in.
Yes.
And I actually paid attention this week.
I liked Charity more than I expected. You know, it's like Charity, I felt like they just almost like she wasn't like real, which I know she's real. You know, it's like I know she's like a, you know, she's a down to earth girly, but it's like the way they portrayed her on her season was so like almost too perfect. You know, it's like the way they portrayed Gabby was like, you were like, okay, I get to know her more. She's more real. You know, it's like she seems
they focus
more
on her like goofy side. Like,
you know, where it's like Charity, they almost portrayed her as like too perfect.
Yeah.
Too
cookie cutter.
Too cookie cutter, where I'm like, this season I am liking her a lot more.
Me too. And
I like that she's not like pulling the classic like lay down the law Bachelorette, you know. It's like that always kind of cringes me out a little bit, where it's like, you know, like get out, you know, where it's like when Brayden was saying that, you know, he's like, I'm nervous, she wasn't like threatened by that, which I mean she should have been, maybe,
when
but
he's
like
saying like it made me question your character,
I'd
be like, excuse me, come again.
Exactly. But I'm like, she's like a psychologist, so I feel like when people are coming to her, she's like really good at reading them.
She's great at responding to what that person needs. You know what I mean? Like she's great at reading that scenario of being like, what is that person kind of looking for? Like,
but also she said this in the past, you know, it's like she chooses the wrong guys, where I'm like, she is the person that is like staring at the red flag but they can't see it. You know, we've said this before, where it's like when you're dating somebody and there's all these red flags that are popping up, the red flag is like staring at you head on, but then all of a sudden it starts to blow in the wind, and then you see it and you're like, it's been there the whole time. Now it's just turned sideways and you're like, the red flag was always there, I was just ignoring it. That's Charity, I feel like, with some of the guys with her exes, you know, it's like she almost ignores it a little bit.
She was ignoring it in this last scene with Brayden. Like, so Brayden's been a problem.
Yes.
And he's been saying how he's like to everybody else, you know, running his mouth that he doesn't know if this is for him, like this whole thing.
Right.
And that last convo, it was very similar to what you're saying of like, she was like in that convo right before he leaves.
Yes.
Like she's still trying to not look at the flag sideways of saying like, because she's reading him, and what his ego needed was for her to say like, but you're up in my top number one, and she's like, I'm telling him like that, you know, what he wants to hear of like that he's how much I really liked him, that I saw that you were my number one. I feel so sad that this relationship that could have been something, this connection that could have been something so good that I put on a pedestal isn't that. And then she's saying these little things where I go, I don't think you mean that, but in the moment she's wanting to kind of like salvage what's going on, but she's giving him what she thinks his ego needs. Right. And then as soon as he's like, I don't think this is for me and I can stay, she's like, all right, then get out. You know, then I feel like the flag was sideways, but she was still kind of giving him what his kind of like personality needed in that moment. Where I go, you don't even.
Which this is like a common trope, I would say, in The Bachelor, where I feel like it happens all where it's like the Bachelorette has a connection with someone and then that person gets upset about like the new connections forming, and what their brain interprets that as is they really care. Yeah. They care so much about me, instead of seeing it as like, bro, we just have met, we've been on one date,
and
it's
if they
not
cared
that
about
deep.
You, they would also like know the fact that what position you're in, there are other guys. Like, don't make my life harder.
Right, like a lot of the other guys are like more self-aware, and they're like, it's not about you, it's about her. Like, chill out. You know, it's like you're packing your bags twice. You know, it's like, I feel like though that's a really easy mistake that a lot of people make in the show of being like, wow, they're so upset, they care so much, where it's more like, no, you just can't manage your emotions a little bit, you know? Where I go, he was giving Tino.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Greg with Katie.
Greg, absolutely.
Grippo or whatever with Katie. I'm just like, now you're making my life a hell of a lot harder.
Absolutely.
When it's like, because you're putting your emotions before mine.
Absolutely. You know, where I go, I feel like that's a really easy mistake to make.
Totally. I mean, I'm even thinking like, okay, if you're out at a bar with your friends and like you're up at the bar with your girlfriend and like you haven't talked to him in 15 minutes, is he gonna be like done and like is he gonna throw ruin your night with your friends? You know, like that kind of thing that matters. Where I'm like, what are you like with a group of people? What are you like? You know, sitting at home with like I don't know.
And then it was just like the manipulation. Like he was like, you know, you dropped me. I go, she is giving you the most emotion, the most reassurance out of anybody, and it's like, imagine how I felt. Like she dropped me immediately. It's like she didn't drop you. She's been focused on you because 100%. You've been throwing temper tantrums.
And it's funny how like when I'm saying that she's saying to him what he wants to hear of like you like you've been my number, like you've been this like one of the strongest connections, all this stuff. But like to the other guys, when she's being real about it, like in her head when she knows like what kind of guy he actually is, to the other guys, you know, constantly she's like, nope, it's not him. He's not the first one ready for marriage. Or like she's so quick to be like, you know that he's a little douche, but to his face, she's trying to kind of make that still kind of happen, like going after the wrong guys by saying, you're all this to me. But I'm like, but really, girl, you know he's not.
Yeah,
like,
he has like a really charismatic personality, you know, where it's like, he's goofy and fun and lovey, you know, so it's like, I get it. It's probably easy to get swept up in that sense. He is so forthcoming. He's forthcoming with his emotions that are problematic, but he's also forthcoming with like cuddling up on her, going after her the most, you know, so it's like, I get it. But yeah, Brayden, no thank you. I don't even know who I really like this season so far. I feel like I'm having like a really hard time picking my favorites on this one.
So far I like
Doton or Doton.
Doton. Yeah. Doton.
The really, really tall one.
They had a great one-on-one or whatever, where I'm like, she really liked him, where she was like, get it. Like, that was
absolutely
cute.
And like, when he came in, even as his like, the first impression, like out of the limo, I was like, yes. I mean, he was so tall and like, she just like snuggled right into him.
100%. And he gives like, but then I saw the previews for like later in the season and he's kind of questioning if he's ready for this. And I'm like, damn, you gave me that mature kind of vibe of like, you were giving kind of husband material.
Absolutely.
Right off the bat.
Aaron too. I really like Aaron
too. And then Xavier.
Yeah.
I liked their date where she was at first being like, you know, he's giving me Playboy, like just giving me compliments, like giving what her ex used to give her, that vibe. And I can see that of like, do you compliment every girl you see like this?
Right.
You know, where it's like kind of those, just like your pickup lines, like constantly. And then they dove into the nitty gritty.
Yep.
And I'm like, and I feel like she was like, I was too soon to judge you a little
Absolutely.
bit. And I liked them. Yes. I thought that was cute.
Oh, we'll have more to come back with next week when we kind of really get to know the guys more. But other than that, I really don't have much to say about this season besides I'm rolling with
It's fine. It's fine with
the wave. Ride the wave. Really quickly though, before we move on, the Golden Bachelor.
So what's up with that? When does that come out?
I have no idea when it comes out, but they announced him yesterday. Just am like, I understand like doing them as like older people, but I wish we would have done more like 55, 60 instead of 71. You know, it's like, I want messy middle-aged women. That's what I want.
No, that's
I want real housewives. I want like you've been through a divorce and then some, you raise 4 kids and you're on your own.
I know.
Not like you're about to be in a freaking okay, it says, I'm on board for this.
She goes, I'm on board for this. We're going to get granny drama with no clout drama involved. No one will be there for Instagram followers. And if they are, that's hilarious. I pray that these grannies fight each other. Like, and if they are here for followers, that's even funnier.
Absolutely.
Like, so you guys give a fuck about followers.
100%.
You know? But I am like, it is on the younger half of that, I feel like, though.
Right. Like, I'm like, I just wish they were like in their 50s or 55, 60s. I mean, maybe. I mean, he's 71, though.
Oh, he is?
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't look 71.
No, he doesn't look 71, but that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
We got, like, next step is freaking old folks home.
It's going to be, I feel like, a whole new thing to the table.
Absolutely.
Of, like, not the same issues that we always have about being mad somebody pulled somebody or being mad about the followers.
Yeah,
like,
but, like, I feel like
and if
we are going to get really, it's like, we're going to get really messy, I feel like, you know? Because it's like, these people have gone their entire lives.
Been married a couple times or like, you know, whatever.
Yeah, they've gone their whole lives with being themselves. You know, it's like, that's why like men in their middle-aged men can't change or women can't change. You know, it's like they have been living 50 years of doing them just exactly the way they want to do it without having anybody else's like, you know, opinions. Right. You know, it's like they're just doing them. And also they didn't grow up with social media where it's like you better change yourself or you're getting canceled. So it's like,
that's for sure. Do they have anybody in their like any of their family and friends being like, can I go through anything that you've ever done? Or
right, you know, where I'm just like but I just wish we were a little bit younger, but hey, you know, maybe we'll get some really like, he's very youthful, I would say.
Right, yeah, I really have no idea. And it's like, I'm not even on the bandwagon, actually. We'll just see what comes to with it.
Yeah, because I feel like middle-aged women are like ready to throw down, and they don't give a fuck what people think.
Agreed. It's going to be a whole different dynamic.
Yeah,
of,
but I'm like,
do they
grandmas,
care what's shown on TV?
like 65. I'm like, you're on the sweeter side.
Unless a lot of these women have been OG fans, though, of Bachelor for a long time. Yeah. And, know what to say or not to say, but... Well, I don't even know, how weird. And is this going to be a one-season thing? A one-and-done?
I feel like it could be, yeah.
Hey, bartender.
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh my gosh, we forgot.
I know,
Update, hello, I got a kitten. You guys will pop a little photo up too. Her name's Sassy Bassy Dassy Girl. What? No, it's just Sassy. She is an orange little fur baby. I'm not kidding. Meredith has been pushing for me to get a kitten. Because it's like, obviously she knows that we've been wanting one, but Meredith is always the person that's like, then do something about it.
Pull
she's always like, then let's call around. I'll do it for you. Mm-hmm. And so... Adam went golfing, and he's like, and we've been talking about it for a while, and I knew it was over 4th of July weekend, and I knew we had a couple days off during the week, and so it was like Sunday, and I'm like, and
we have time.
And before he left, he goes to go golfing. Adam's like, there better be a kitten here when I get back, and I'm like, stop right there. Like, are you serious, or are you going to be mad? Like, we've had this talk, you've said it's a yes, but like, we haven't actually gone and looked. Like,
yes.
If you get home and there's a kitten, like you said, are you going to be mad?
Right.
And he was just like, do what you will, and I'm like, I wasn't really in the mood to call around necessarily, so he knew I wasn't really in the mood to even do it. So he was just kind of throwing that out there.
Right.
And so I had to follow up afterwards. I go, are you mad?
Yeah.
And obviously not. You can't be mad when you have a cute kitten looking in your face.
Oh my God.
And so I just like called around to a couple PetSmarts. They had a couple here and there, but I was just like, let me keep looking. I go online to the Humane Society that's like right across the street from me. And because I'm like, what are the chances they're going to have like the photos online? Is their system that up to date?
Yeah.
It was. I saw a picture of Sass. Her orange little face, oh my God, I scooted my boot over there as fast as I could. And when I say she was the last kitten left out of the litter, and it's like a big cat room where you can play with the cats all at once. Like, you don't have to like get a cat, schedule time in a room and be alone. Like, you have the whole room to play.
And we have donated. To this Humane Society before. We have literally done...
Absolutely.
And
so I run over there and I'm like, oh my God, she's still available. She's so cute playing in the room. I FaceTime Meredith and Allie. They're at the pool. And I'm like, you guys, we're doing it. I'm doing it. And so they packed up their shit and were like, we're coming over.
Yes.
I didn't know if the Humane Society would let me take her home like that day. Like, PetSmart makes you wait like a day. They check your references, whatever they're doing, like get them ready. So I showed up not with a kitten, with nothing with me. I just said, I hope she's available. I ran over there. And so I'm asking the lady, I'm filling out the application, and I'm like, so what are the next steps? She goes, well, I'll just look this over and you're heading home with her. And I go, do you have a carrier? I didn't bring a carrier with me. I didn't think I was leaving with her today. I want her, but like I didn't realize. I'm glad I'm leaving with her today. But because then I was also glad I was leaving with her that day because it was meant to be. When I'm filling out the application, so it's already a done deal, like she's mine. Multiple groups of families coming in looking for a kitten. She's the only one left, and she's like out in the room for everybody to play with, and I'm like, get that little kid's grimy paw off of my baby. She's already gonna be scared enough. Then they bring in a giant dog to like test if this dog that's up for adoption is okay with cats by walking him through the room that she's running free in. I go, so great, let's scare the absolute shit out of her before I bring her home. So I'm like, can we get her out of there? Can we get her out of there? It was fine. She doesn't care. She's like moving a mile a minute. Her attention span is 0.
Yeah.
And so took her on home. They came over, brought all their toys. We went to PetSmart, got some shit, and
oh my God,
it has been a dream.
Back to gossip of the week.
All right. Yes.
I'm really trying to talk about this Miranda Lambert shit because
let's kick her off then. Because what do you got that I'm not unaware of?
Okay, couple things with Miranda Lambert. I'm like back to back where I go, Miranda, who's your PR team? Because youch. Thing. She's out in Vegas and it's like these women, which I will insert the photo so you guys can see it because I screenshot. Have it on deck.
Good job.
It's like these 6 women they're in VIP. So clearly they've paid a lot of money to be at this concert. And it's like they're just taking a quick picture and they're facing so they can have like Miranda in the photo.
Yeah, like turned around, like so she's on the stage.
So it's not even like a selfie. Someone's taking the photo of them. There's like 4 or there's like 5 of them. Because they kept saying selfie, but I'm like, it's not. Like someone was taking a photo of them. But anyways, their back to Miranda. Because they're trying to get her in the shot. So it's like she's right behind them in the photo. Like they're literally moving aside so she can be in it. She full on stops the concert, says stop, and she's like, these women over here are taking a selfie and it's really pissing me off. And then she stops the music and then she's literally like, we're here to sing country music, are we not? And then she literally looks at them and goes, sit down. Like with her hand, like sit down. Yeah.
Ew.
And it's like, I mean,
what were they doing was it for like a 45-minute thing of getting the right shot, or like, you know, what are
but also we can
stop a concert? And these aren't concerts she's done.
These aren't like influencers. These are like middle-aged women that are like getting a photo.
That's where I go, where is the issue of like, you know, what really set you off about that compared to every other concert you've done? Any other photo of these women taking that photo is like such a problem.
Absolutely.
And she definitely gives the vibe of like she takes no shit. Like I'd be scared of her a little bit.
Right, but
like,
I go, all of these people are here to like paid money, thousands of dollars.
Clearly they're fans of yours, and they're trying to get a photo with you in the background. They're fans.
Absolutely. And it's
either way, they paid money for that fucking seat.
Yeah, exactly.
If you paid for my ticket and I'm not cheering you on, whatever, you can be mad. I paid for this spot. Does it matter if I'm cheering along or not? Like,
right, absolutely. And it's like
I'm sure there's a lot of people in the stands that brought a +1 that aren't a fan of yours, but they're just here
and
for that
it's like
person.
That's what you're hung up on. All these fans that are in the front row that paid extra money to like listen to you that are
what a weird
you're
thing.
You're hung up on these random women over here, but these people, it's like you're not focused on them, you know. And it's like, and then people are doubling down, showing Taylor Swift, showing Harry Styles, like Carrie Underwood, where she's like, people are doing the exact same thing, and they're leaning down, getting in the shot, trying to be in the photo, you know. It's like,
my gosh,
and also it's like, you know, you be nice to your fans. I mean, they paid
That's
thousands of dollars. I mean, I know those like tickets weren't cheap.
Like,
if they're in VIP, you know, it's like that's, and VIP is like not like VIP like we're thinking like front row. It's like VIP like off to the side in a booth, like you know, it's like they're like not even in the front where it's like distracting. They're off to the side in like a booth. Yeah. And then she doubles down.
No.
She doubles down the next day. Like, people are at her concert and, like, somebody brought a beach ball and it's, like, going around the crowd. It ends up on the thing. She comes up and stabs the balloon, stabs the beach ball and, like, crumples it up and goes, "We're not at the beach. We're here to sing country music."
Sheesh. I am like, wow.
And she said the same thing again to those women, like, "We're here to sing country music. We're here to sing country music." And it's like, I get it.
What has got her so riled up?
We are here to sing country music, but also it's fun. It's a concert. You know, it's like, do people not take photos at concerts? Do people not bring beach balls? It's like, I've seen I've been to concerts before where that's popping around. You know,
also,
it's like,
and I understand like the big issue of like when people have been throwing shit on the stage, like recently, you know, people are getting hurt. It's a beach ball, but also it's like.
And also, it's like, it probably wasn't meant to go on the stage. You know, it's like
it's a beach ball. Those have been at concerts.
Where I go,
like,
she really stabbed that thing, didn't she? She really said,
"Shut your mouth." She stabbed it.
And crumpled it up. And then addresses the crowd and says, "We're not at the beach. We're here to sing country music."
Miranda.
Where I go. And then it's just the compilations.
So pissed off?
It's the compilations of other singers. Bigger singers. Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, Ariana Grande, Carrie Underwood, Jason Aldean. And I go, everyone's being very nice to their fans. Everyone's being very, very nice to their fans. Like, at the end of the day, you know, I go, I get it. Maybe that was like a little bit rude. But I go, there's other... like, I don't even know, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people that are here that...
And also, you're killing the vibe.
No.
Now you just made it really uncomfy.
Yeah,
Now everybody's not talking about how great of a concert you had. It's what you did at that concert.
Yeah, and it's like,
fans.
You're really pissing me off. And it's like, okay, these aren't like influencers that are posted up with like the crazy light, you know, where it's like they're like 30, 40,
and they paid for the tickets. Let them do with what they want at your concert. Right. You know what I mean? It's like, they're not trying to get up on stage. They're not like messing up your jam.
Right. And it's like, so those 5 women that are getting a picture now have like ruined your vibe so much instead of all the thousands of fans that are right in front of you. That are like,
is something else pissing you off that's outside of this that you're just taking it out on them? Right. It's weird. And then same with the balloon thing.
Right. Where I go, really stabbing that beach ball. Stabbing the beach ball. Youch. I don't know if I like that one.
No. So, talk about real quick that Brittney Spears got slapped by that NBA player's security. I saw the footage too. Where like she is like reaching for him, you know, and she totally gets like smoked.
Yeah.
But the when you described like how he was explaining it, like the whole thing where I'm like, either way, at the end of the day, there was no reason for her to get hit in the face like that.
No.
It's like, and also it's a girl. Even if a random fan, a girl fan that's the size of Brittney, and you see the NBA player, he doesn't need security with a young woman like that. No. You know what I mean? Like any young woman going to tap him on the shoulder at 6'8" is not a threat to his well-being.
Right.
You don't need to hit her in the face.
Right. And even if it was an accident to hit Brittney in the face,
and like he's doing his job, like you're not allowed to like touch the whatever.
Yeah.
You don't need to be assaulting people.
No, and
she wasn't assaulting him.
It's okay, so yeah, she was hit in the face, but also that guy, the actual player, you know, the next day he like doubles down and says like, she didn't try to tap me. She tried to grab me. He says she grabbed him twice. Where I go, but in the video, you can blatantly see she's reaching for his shoulder.
Like I said, he's like 6'9".
Yeah.
You know, it's like she can't even reach his shoulder to grab him. Like,
yeah, where I go, like, but he was saying, like, I felt like it was like the way he was portraying it was like she grabbed him, grabbed him from behind. You know, where it's like she wasn't even there to grab him before she got smacked in the face, you know, and it's like, and I can see, you know, it's like,
but she's probably like, look at my security around me. Like, that's not happening. Look at everybody's security. No women are getting fucking smoked in the face for trying to, like, get your attention.
Well, and on top of it, Brittney wasn't even going to take it to the press. She wasn't going to say anything. It's like, you were the one that brought it to the press's attention. Yeah. You were the one that doubled down.
And don't say I deserved it. At the end of the day, she didn't deserve it. Like I said, he's a grown-ass man. Nobody needs to be defending him from a young woman that's half his size trying to get his attention.
Right, absolutely. And she even said in her statement, like, I wasn't going to say anything about this. You know, I haven't received an apology. I was swarmed by over 20 fans that night, and none of them were hit in the face. Simple as that.
I'm Brittney Spears.
Exactly.
I've gotten swarmed quadruple what you will in your lifetime.
Right, and it's like, if it was genuinely an accident, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't mean to do that, you just say that. You know, it's like...
And also, why, like, just...
And, like, bringing up her mental health into it, it's like, I'm sorry, I don't know what symptom of, like, a mental illness is touching people on the shoulder.
So we should just hit everybody in the face that's struggling.
You know, where I go, like, what does that mean? Why are we bringing that up into it? And also, like, the player is, like, talking all about this incident, like, refusing to say her name. And then, like, the journalist is like, you are referring to Brittney Spears, correct? And he's like, I didn't know that until 2 hours later. You know, it's like, it's like a small little blip of an incident, and you made it 1,000 times worse by simply just stopping and saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Or texting her, issuing it out to her team, mentioning it, but you doubled down, and you doubled down in the wrong way.
Yeah, like, you know, like the bodyguard was just in work mode, like, you know, whatever was just
right, and it's like he isn't really looking. You know, it's like, if you're thinking out of his peripherals and he's seeing a hand reaching, he's gonna smack it down.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like it actually, I guess they were saying, like, if you look at the footage, it was like her own hand that hit her face.
Smoked her face,
yeah. So it's like, I do think it was probably, like, not super intentional to hit her in the face and hurt her. But it's like, it was everything afterwards that made it worse. So you could have just said, it was a total accident. We never meant to hit.
She wasn't going to say anything. She agrees. You know, it's just kind of like, okay, didn't mean for it to go that way. Like,
no, and then you had to make it about my mental health. You had to make it about, like, I'm grabbing you. I'm grabbing you. It's like, no, I didn't even get to touch you before I was literally smacked.
Yeah. Sorry to get us riled up on that, because I'm just like...
I just am like, there's no way that you're hitting Brittney Jean Spears like that in the face.
And acting like you're the only one that gets swarmed with fans and has bodyguards.
No, yeah, he goes, you know, it's like the crowd. I go, oh. And you're talking to international pop star Brittney Spears.
You were talking to the international, oh baby, hit me baby one more time.
It's like, let's not forget she did her first VMAs performance with the snake. I forgot at 17.
You were in the womb when this was happening.
Come for my baby Brittney. Okay,
she's gone through enough. The last thing she needs is your bodyguard hitting her in the face. So don't
chill on her. Anywho, sorry about that. We do get quite heated.
And Kylie Jenner and Jordan spotted together. Jordan Woods.
Which I go, you guys were doing that on purpose, 100%.
Absolutely. And they've been spotted in the past few years at parties together where somebody has seen them talking. And I think I want to say it was like on one of the seasons of the Kardashians where Kylie was, or it was just talked about, somebody came out with saying of like that, it's never going to be what we were, like, or, you know, that it's awkward between them, but they were in, like, situational, like, a group where they were friends of friends, we're all together. Like, those are the only other times we've seen them spotted together since the whole debacle with Jordan and Tristan Thompson and Khloe. And honestly, one of the ultimate betrayals, for sure.
Right, you know, and it's like, I even see people to this day, like, double down, you know, it's like they you know, forgave Tristan, and, like, how can they bring him back into the family, and I'll, like, talk to him and text him. Even in this episode, you know, it's like, Tristan's moving in, Kim was texting him, all that shit, and it's like, believe me, I get it. I'm with you on, like, what a double standard. But like you said, I'm sorry, there is no worse betrayal than, like, a girl doing that to you.
You know what? I hate to say it, but they expect Tristan to do that shit.
You know, it's
men, they don't have loyalty to them. They wish they did.
Right.
But it's like, but my friends, my true friends that have been around and you've seen the in and outs, like, you are my locked in, loyal, like, that is the ultimate betrayal.
Right.
Straight
and,
up.
like, Jordan, you've been a part of the family. Men will come and go.
Yeah. Jordan, you were in the family.
Right,
like,
yeah. You know, so it's like,
you were one of Kylie's random friends even. Jordan. It's like, you were the best friend. You were always at the family stuff. Like, you were just as close with everybody there. Like, you were trusted. You should have been my eyes and ears at that party, not hooking up with my man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you know, you should have been my eyes and ears. And enough time has gone by where I'm kind of like, Jordan and Kylie were best friends. Yeah. You know, like, that would suck to lose that, like, relationship.
And it's, like, another reason to be pissed at Jordan. You know, it's like,
you
were my best friend, and you hooked up with my sister's husband that has kids with him. You know, like, it's like, you know, it's like, if anyone has the most audacity to be pissed at Jordan, it is Kylie, in my opinion. Even more than Khloe.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
not only were my family, but now I lost my best friend because of your actions. Like, you didn't think about the ramifications. Right. I trusted you. We all trusted you. Like,
absolutely.
And that is like, we're like, tough shit. Like, it's cookie, you're out. Like, you know, but enough time has gone by where I'm like, they were best friends. Like, it is kind of just like, maybe Jordan has grown up, like, at the time, like, needed attention from things. Mm-hmm. And she said she knew it was wrong, obviously, but it's like, he should have, one, should never have been sitting on his lap. Two, he should have never even thought there would be a reason he could even try to go in to kiss you.
Oh, great.
You know,
point.
It's like, why did he even think he could kiss you?
100%. If we're applying that logic here, I go, Adam would never think about kissing me because my mouth would be literally already next to her.
Seriously.
In her brain. You know, it's like, that's where I go, great point. Why was that door even cracked open? You know, why was there even
Why were you entertaining that? You should have been looking out that he didn't think he could kiss anybody in that room that night.
Right,
you
100%. He should be thinking, what are the ramifications if I do this?
Was anybody here? Because she's watching. She's going to go call everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's now I'm like, it's tough to think about them getting back to being friends.
No, for real. But
and there was more, which I haven't seen any paparazzi shots of Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet in a while.
I haven't either.
But like, when it was all kind of going down, like, I did end up seeing, like, because there was, like, at first there was, like, not very many shots. Then there was, like, she was spotted, she had been staying at his house for weeks on end with her kids, staying at Timothy's like home in land or whatever.
See, and it's like, she had been staying I don't even believe that. Because I go, why?
I know.
I go, knowing Kylie, I go, our girl is a homebody.
Yeah, she is.
That's like, we're going to go stay at a random man's house with my children when she lives in a goddamn compound mansion with her stuff,
It's a great point.
You know, I go,
I thought maybe, you know,
she's
just
such
like
a homebody, you know, I go, I don't believe that.
That is so true.
Let's talk about the Kardashians really quick this season. You know, just like, I think it's good this season, and like, I like the Kourtney and Kim drama and stuff.
Cry me a river. I literally, your point is just like, the wedding dupe, I'm just like, cry me a river. Once again, you're the least boring sister to look at.
Dude.
Or the least interesting sister to look at.
Oh, that's a sting.
No. And her feelings, like, with it, I get and are valid, but it's, now you're reaching, you're making it a bigger thing, and you're coming for the jugular on stuff. It's, grow up.
Yeah.
Literally
and it's
enough.
Like, if
you're not that
Kourtney could just admit the real reason, then I feel like it would be almost like we would all understand it more. Which the real reason is she's always lived in Kim's shadow, even though Kim is the younger sister. You know, it's like, and then
understandable of that being a dynamic with them, but
right,
it's like,
you know, but Kim,
admit to it.
Kourtney would rather die than admit that she's insecure.
She'd rather say that Kim is the greediest, money-hungry, like, fakest sister in the world, than ever say she's just insecure about, like, the competition there.
100%, you know. So I'm like, and
Kim wasn't taking the bait with the money thing. She kept bringing up the money thing to Kim, and Kim's just like, okay.
Because it's like,
because it's like, don't even try to get me all pissed off with that. It's like, now you're coming for, like, my character.
Right. It's like, and if anybody watches the show and anybody knows Kim, it's like, while yes, like, the money is great and stuff, it's like, Kim is there for, like, she wants to, like, challenge herself, hit feats, you know, it's like, she's like hosting SNL, you know, like
becoming a lawyer, like,
right, where it's like she wants to accomplish things. And this is the first time ever in the house of Dolce & Gabbana that they have ever let someone come in and, you know, creatively design a fashion show. The first time ever. You know, even Dolce was like, it's just me and him always, you know? So it's like, this is a once in a lifetime that has not been offered to all of the people in the world. Think about all the supermodels, Kate Moss, like, you know, all the big people that have come and gone in the fashion industry. They've never been offered it, and Kim has. So it's like, that's a once in a lifetime thing, and it's like, she's not going to turn it down.
Exactly. And Kourtney is saying, like, all the stuff was like was my wedding, and Kim goes, no, it's Dolce and Gabbana, and it is not your wedding, it is Dolce and Gabbana.
You know, and it's like, she's
like, everybody thought my wedding was sponsored by them, and it wasn't. We've been going to that house for years. And Kim's like, not my problem. Like, everybody thought that. Like, it is what it is. Like,
and it, like, blatantly looks
but if
sponsored.
Kylie did what Kim was doing, it would be fine. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, because it's Kim. Like, and then trying to be like, she's always been, like, the kind of person that I don't even want in my life anymore. Like, okay.
Right.
Now you're reaching. Now you're making the fight about something that it's not about.
Yeah, exactly.
And we know that can go downward quick. Well, sheesh.
Yeah. We've been flapping our gums.
Can't shut our freaking traps.
Wow.
Good to be back, though.
I know, for real.
You're like, geez, how do we do this? And then just flows right out, you know?
And we actually had filmed an entire episode before we took our hiatus, and then literally we could not get it to download. It was kind of like technical difficulties, but I mean, those bloopers were really funny.
We could throw them in.
I'll throw them in, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, just put a little disclaimer, like, or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. We tried our best. Go check out the vlogs.
Yes.
We have had, how many? 2 or 3?
At least 3. We have a San Francisco, the Michigan engagement party, and the Denver and bridal weekend.
Which San Francisco vlog was like one of my favorites we've done in a
Our
minute.
story time is really funny.
Yeah.
Like, that was good stuff.
Yeah.
What were we even talking about in that story time?
The dance team mean nothing to
Oh,
you.
bro, I forgot. Duh. How could I? Oh my God, that's
so definitely
funny.
go check those out. They're super funny.
So good. And we will see you Stitches next week for another gossip update. David.
Get out of here.
Redick.
Get out of here.
Skiz.
Oh.
Who the?
I gotta hear my mouth.
No problem.
All right, snitches. I almost said bitches. All right, snitches. We will see you guys. Yeah. See you guys later. Snitches. We will be back next week with another gossip
Maybe one
update.
more time.
David, get out of here. It's like a gun with the FaceTimes. Go,
Up.
Come on.
Swallow the gravy.
Don't you dare. We're gonna drink after this.
Okay. What time is it? Oh my God, we're early.
Yeah. Where I go. Yeah. Hey, snitches, we will see you. I can't get this out to save my life. Hold up. All right, here we go. Shh. Break it down right now.
Neutral.
All right, snitches, we...